Hi there. Welcome to this series of the Virtual Learning 2021. We are glad you tuned in. When the world was hit by the novel coronavirus in 2020, which escalated into a global pandemic, so much has happened in the education system. Schools made the difficult decision to shut their doors, forcing an abrupt and nearly universal shift to distance learning that proved disruptive for teachers, students, and parents alike. What at first seemed like a temporary emergency precaution quickly gave way to a new normal as students were forced to study remotely and only a few classes allowed to physically attend school. Until now, schools are grappling with how or even whether they can safely conduct classes. In this series of virtual learning, we will be exploring a number of different topics that will help you build key skills that contribute to a successful and meaningful life in the new normal. Our sincere hope is that the skills you will learn shall help you be more resilient, focused, and mentally strong as you go through the challenges and opportunities ahead of you. I encourage you to keep a notebook with you as a few activities will require you to write your reflections down. Without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Module 1. Dealing with uncertainty. When you think of the word uncertainty, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Write your reflections down in your notebook. Uncertainty is all around us, never more so than today. The current COVID-19 pandemic has heightened uncertainty over the economy, education, employment, finances, relationships, and of course, physical and mental health. Yet as human beings, we crave security. We want to feel safe and have a sense of control over our lives and well-being. Fear and uncertainty can leave you feeling stressed, anxious, and powerless over the direction of your life. It can drain you emotionally and trap you in a downward spiral of endless what-ifs and worst-case scenarios about what tomorrow may bring. We are all different in how much uncertainty we can tolerate in life. Some people seem to enjoy taking risks and living unpredictable lives, while others find the randomness of life deeply distressing. But all of us have a limit. If you feel overwhelmed by uncertainty and worry, it's important to know that you are not alone. Many of us are in the same boat at this time. It is important to realize that no matter how helpless and hopeless you feel, there are steps you can take to better deal with uncontrollable circumstances, alleviate your anxiety, and face the unknown with more confidence.
Activity. So take a moment and think about all your uncertainties. Is that you are sure whether you will join university, or that you are uncertain whether you will pass your exams? Allow your mind to reflect on all those uncertainties you have. Write all those thoughts in your notebook. Well done. Albus Dumbledore said, and I quote, "Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if only one remembers to turn on the light." The good news is that you can deal with those uncertainties that you have just written. Let's keep hope alive. While we may not wish to acknowledge it, uncertainty is a natural and an unavoidable part of life. Very little about our lives is constant or totally certain, and while we have control over many things, we can't control everything that happens to us. You may be anxious about when the pandemic will end, or if life will ever return to normal. To cope with all this uncertainty, many of us use worrying as a tool for trying to predict the future and avoid nasty surprises. Worrying can make it seem like you have some control over uncertain circumstances. You may believe that it will help you find a solution to your problems or prepare you for the worst. Maybe if you just agonize over a problem long enough, just think through every possibility, or even read every opinion online, you will find a solution and be able to control the outcome. Unfortunately, none of this works. Chronic worrying can give you more control over uncontrollable events. It just robs you of enjoyment in the present, takes away your energy, and keeps you up at night. But there are healthier ways to cope with uncertainty, and that begins with adjusting your mindset.
Below are the tips to guide you. Tip 1. Take action over the things you can control. Much about life is uncertain at the moment, and many things remain outside of your control. And instead of worrying about the uncontrollable, try to refocus your mind on taking action over the aspects that are within your control. For example, those in Form 6 should have sat their final exams in 2020, but they will sit them in 2021, meaning a year is lost. The good news is that you are not the only one who has lost this 1 year. Every student in Uganda who was in Form 6 in 2020 is in the same boat like you. Just go out there, write your exams with focus, and pass with flying colors. Similarly, if you are worried about your health amid the coronavirus pandemic, you can take action by regularly washing your hands, cleaning your faces, avoiding crowds, wearing your mask, and looking out for vulnerable friends and neighbors and supporting them. By focusing on the aspects of a problem that you can control, you will switch from ineffective worrying. Of course, all circumstances are different, and you may find that in some situations, all you can control is your attitude and emotional response. Go for it. Tip 2. Actively deal with your emotions. When circumstances are out of your control, it is easy to become overwhelmed by fear and negative emotions. You may think that trying to put on a brave face or forcing yourself to be positive will provide the best outcome. But denying or suppressing your emotions will only increase stress and anxiety and make you more vulnerable to depression or burnout. When you can do nothing else about a situation, you can still actively face up to your emotions, even the most negative and fearful ones. Allowing yourself to experience uncertainty in this way can help you reduce stress, better come to terms with your circumstances, and find a sense of peace as you will deal with the challenges.
Tip 3. Focus on the present. Uncertainty is often centered on worries about the future and all the bad things you can anticipate happening. If you can live feeling hopeless and depressed about the days ahead, exaggerate the scope of problems you face, or even paralyze you from taking action to overcome a problem. One of the surest ways to avoid worrying about the future is to focus on the present. Instead of trying to predict what might happen, switch your attention to what's happening right now. By being fully connected to the present, you can interrupt the negative assumptions and catastrophic predictions running through your mind. You can learn to purposefully focus your attention on the present through mindfulness. Speaking of mindfulness, why don't you take a moment and silently breathe in and out 5 times, each time noticing what's like for the breath to flow in and out of your nostrils. Let's do it. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5. With regular practice, mindfulness can help change your preoccupation with future worries to a strong appreciation of the present moment, as well as help calm your mind, erase stress, ease stress, and boost your overall mood. Using mindfulness to stay focused on the present can take perseverance. Initially, you may find that your focus keeps wandering back to your future fears and worries, but keep at it. Each time you focus on the present, you strengthen a new mental habit that can help you break free of uncertainty. Tip 4. Manage stress and anxiety. Taking steps to reduce your overall stress and anxiety levels can help you interrupt the downward spiral of negative thoughts, find inner calm, and better cope with the uncertainty in your life. Get moving. Exercise is a natural and effective stress reliever and anti-anxiety treatment. Try finding a mindful element and focusing on how your body feels as you move. Pay attention to the sensation of your feet hitting the ground as you walk, run, or dance, for example, or the rhythm of your breathing, or the feeling of the sun or wind on your skin. Make time for relaxation. Choose a relaxation technique such as meditation, yoga, or deep breathing exercises, and try and set aside time each day for regular practice. Get plenty of sleep. Excessive worry and uncertainty can disturb your sleep, just as a lack of quality sleep can fuel anxiety and stress. Improving your daytime habits and taking time to relax and unwind before bed can help you to sleep better at night. Eat a healthy diet. Healthy eating can maintain your energy levels and prevent mood swings. Avoid sugary and processed foods and try to add more vegetables, fresh food, fruits to your overall diet, and this might just improve the overall mood of your life. Activity. Now it's your turn. Now that you have learned how to cope with uncertainties, what strategies have you come up with to deal with the current uncertainties in your life? Write them down in your notebook. Allow yourself to be alive as you are right now while you are here, learning how to live. The tips we have shared with you sound simple, but they work. Good luck as you practice these tips.
End of Module 1. Up next is building resilience.